All right, welcome. Today, we're diving into what is, for a lot of people, the scariest part of the ACT, the science section. But we're going to turn it from something you dread into a challenge you can absolutely conquer. So, let's jump right into the game plan.
Does this look familiar? You flip the page and bam! You get hit with this wall of tiny text, super complicated looking graphs, and a whole bunch of questions. Look, it's designed to be intimidating, so if you feel that way, you are definitely not alone. It's a totally normal reaction.
But what if I told you there's a way to cut right through all that noise? A kind of secret weapon. And it's not about memorizing more science facts, it's about having a smarter strategy. A simple, really powerful game plan that'll let you walk into that section with total confidence.
So, let's get right to it. This is the heart of your strategy, and we've broken it down into 3 simple parts. You can think of this as your new mantra for the ACT science test. These are the 3 rules that are going to guide every move you make. First up, triage. This just means you tackle the passages in the order that's easiest for you, not the order they give them to you. Second, the POE, or Process of Elimination strategy. This is huge. It's where you make the multiple choice format work for you. And third, leave nothing blank. Super important. There's no penalty for guessing on the ACT, so every single bubble needs to be filled in. It's a free shot. Why not take it?
Okay, so step 1 is all about starting smart. Before you even think about reading a single word of a passage, your first job is to figure out what you're up against. You've got to identify the type of passage you're looking at.
And the good news is, there are only 3 types. You've got data representation, which is mostly graphs and tables. You're just reading the data. Then there are research summaries, which describe a few experiments. And finally, conflicting viewpoints, which give you 2 or more competing ideas. These are the ones that are really text-heavy. Just knowing which is which helps you plan your attack.
So let's look at a real example here. Just glancing at this, what do we see? Experiment 1, Experiment 2. That's it. That's our clue. This tells us right away we are looking at a research summary passage. See how easy that was? You've already categorized it without getting bogged down in the details. Step 1, done.
All right, now that you've identified your target, it's time for step 2, attack. And this is probably the most important part of the whole strategy. We're going to do this in a way that feels kind of backward at first, but trust me, it's so much faster.
Here is the golden rule. You ready? Do not read the passage first. I'm going to say that again. Do not read all those paragraphs of text. Your eyes need to go straight from identifying the passage type to reading the very first question. This is the biggest time saver you have in your arsenal. And here's the secret to why that works so well. The ACT science section isn't really a science test. It's a data interpretation test in disguise. So a lot of the time, all the information you need to answer a question is packed right into the question itself and whatever chart or graph it points you to.
And this little note here just says it all. For so many of these questions, you can get the right answer without ever touching those long paragraphs about the experiment. You just have to look at the question, find the right figure, and connect the dots. It's that simple.
So, you've jumped to the question. It's asking, which of the following variables remained constant? This is where that process of elimination kicks in. Your job is to become a detective. You're going to look for clues in the figures, hunting for what changed and what stayed the same.
So let's look at our graph. We can clearly see the shoot dry weight is different in each bar. So that's a variable. The light coverage, or the shade percentage, also changes. So does the light source. But what isn't changing? Well, they use tomato plants for everything. So the plant species stayed the same. It remained constant. By eliminating all the things that changed, we found our answer.
Okay, I know that was a lot, but it really boils down to a very clear, repeatable process. So let's put it all together now, into a simple toolkit that you can take with you on test day.
Here it is, your toolkit. Number 1, identify the passage type first. Number 2, always attack the question before you read the text. 3, hunt for your answers in the visuals, the graphs, the tables. 4, use that super powerful process of elimination. And finally, the easiest point to remember, never, ever leave a question blank.
See, when you turn this section into a strategic game instead of just a science test, you change the rules. You're the one in control. So with this game plan in your back pocket, there's really only one question left. Are you ready to go conquer the ACT?